Style. Style is the answer to everything.
Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Nigga, spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Nigga, spin that shit. When you outside, you spend a lot of money. You've been to spend $100 at the gas station. Your gas is already high. But I'm just saying, to be outside, when you walk out your door, you spending money. You know, you with a man inside, baby, spend that money. Like, you in a strip club, you gotta spend the money. So it's just more of a chanty part. Spend it. Spend it. Niggas spend that and like spend the money fast.
What's up, my babies? It's your girl Jenn checking all the way back in with you. And listen here, I love you so much for shooting with me at the gym, in the gym. You feel me? Like, we have been working, and I'm so grateful that you guys follow me on all my platforms. You guys have been watching me on Time to Talk It Out. You guys have been checking out the food reviews. And you guys have been patiently waiting on more to come from Travel Bays. And listen, it's on the way. We got another cruise coming. We just took a trip. We about to take another trip next month. So be on the lookout for Travel Bays, right? But I'm excited to start back for season 2 of Breaking Down the Bars. Now, if you was here last season, we touched on some controversial songs, some oldies but goodies, some, current songs. And right now, I really want to start this season off big. I want to start this season off with what I feel like is the song of the summer 2026. Anytime I hear it, I'm even gonna lie, I'm in my go yard bag, you know what I'm saying? And y'all know this is Ratchet to Righteous TV. This is a safe space. Ain't no fake Christians over here. Ain't no holier than thou. We love and respect everybody. And we just want to make sure that we're not being demonic, okay? We ain't gonna be perfect, but we don't want to be demonic, all right? And so it's one thing to sin and, do your best to have to repent, but it's another thing to just like knowingly repeat words that enter you into covenants of demonic possession. Okay? And anytime you're idolizing something, it can be a problem. And we all know that a lot of people say that money is the root of all evil. But those of us who know the word, those of us that care about words, know that sentence is missing a couple of words. The actual scripture says the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. So, like, let that really sink in. But, y'all, I really appreciate y'all, like I said, shooting with me in the gym. We have not done one of these in a long time, so this is really gonna be fun. I'm your girl, Jenn checking in. This is Breaking Down the Bars, and we're going to do Young Miami Spin That, okay? And y'all already know y'all my babies. I love y'all. I really want to welcome you back to the channel and back to this series, Breaking Down the Bars. And we're going to go beyond the beat on these videos, okay? We break down the message behind the music. Now, today's song is Young Miami Spin That. Now, before we get started, this episode is not about judging Young Miami or anybody, okay? First of all, I love Young Miami. I love JT. I loved the City Girls when they was a group. I was really sad to see them break up. I ain't gonna lie. But I get it because it was messed up. They both, especially when Young Miami started messing with Diddy. And this is no shade to Diddy. Shade to Diddy, of course, but I'm not saying he the one who broke up their relationship because JT is with a whole demon herself, allegedly. So, and like, I don't like how she be acting. And she is Sagittarius, and that gets on my nerves. It really makes me mad when I run into these Sagittariuses with messed up attitudes or whatever. And it just lets me know that it's really not all about the signs. And I already have been doing my best to stop thinking about zodiac signs all the time. Like, now that I know that goes against God, I've been trying to not think about it as much. But y'all, I used to be so interested in the zodiacs. Like, I used to read the horoscopes all the time, like any newspaper or magazine or anything like that I was getting my hands on. I was trying to read the zodiac sign in the back. I figured it was there. I was going to look for it. So, I've been trying to get away from that. But the fact that her and JT broke up, I really didn't like that. But, you know, I analyze things. You know what I mean? This is not to judge Young Miami or anybody who liked the song. Because like I said, I like the song. You know, this is about analyzing the lyrics of this song, the culture that they're reflecting. And we really got to ask ourselves whether these songs are delivering a message that helps us or hurts us. Now, I'm just saying, we're going to listen to what we want to listen to, but let's break these bars down so we can know exactly what we're talking about when we're saying it. Okay, just some of the stuff that she's saying. First things first, bar number 1. Where all my scamming ass niggas at, right? Where all my scamming ass niggas at? Okay, so clearly, y'all, she's starting the song off by shouting out the scammers, the boosters, the hustlers, and right away, it's setting the scene. You know, yeah, it's a party record, but it's not just a party record. This is a snapshot, okay? This is a mirror of street culture, and we all know deep nowadays, the scammers is the new drug dealers. Like, the scammers is the new ballers. Ain't nobody out here on the corner with no sack no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where people getting their drugs from. I'm glad I don't do hard drugs. You know, weed legal in Michigan. You can go to the dispensary, so the weed man ain't making no money like that. It's the scammers, okay? And so, what do you think? Like, do you think I'm right on that? That the scammers is basically the new drug dealers and they the ones with the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, for lack of a better term. And everybody know that hip hop culture is a culture where money, and especially fast money, is celebrated, almost idolized. And that's where we have to find this fine line. We don't want to make money or dudes with money our God or in any way idolize it, right? So one of my questions, because I got a lot of questions for y'all. Do you think we've gotten so used to hearing this type of language and so used to hearing this type of thing being glorified? First it was the drug dealers. Now it's the scammers. That we don't even notice that we pretty much celebrating, and that and it's no shame, Miami, you know I love y'all, love the song, but that we're kind of encouraging these kids to go out and scam and boost. Is that what we're doing? I don't know. Bar number 2, spending that money fast. Okay. Where all my scamming ass niggas at? Spending that money fast, 50s, 20s, 100s. So, spending that money fast. Now, first of all, that sound good, right? Let's be for real. It sound good. It's fun to go blow a bag, go on a shopping spree. You know what I'm saying? You get your income taxes, you go a little harder at the mall. That's all well and good. It's fun. But is it smart, right? And I feel like it's interesting because is that what she did when she was with Diddy? Spent the money fast? Because when she was with Diddy, she had Carisha Please. She was making money off of that. She had them cards, the little drink box. She had merch. She had intellectual property. She was making money on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure she didn't see that coming with Diddy, the things that happened with him legally and everything, I'm sure he was giving her money. Was she saving it? No, I doubt it, because interestingly enough, never once in the song do she say save the money, invest the money, buy some property, anything that's going to build generational wealth while you making these mistakes. Okay, because scamming and boosting is definitely mistakes, and you eventually going to wind up getting caught. Let's just start there, but we'll get back to that. It just seems like the entire focus is on spending, trying to look like you got some money. And think about how social media works today. People post the shopping sprees, not the savings account. You know what I'm saying? They posting the designer Gucci bag, but not the 401k. Like, looking like you got some money seems like it's just as important as actually having some money or actually building generational wealth. So, like, another question for y'all. Do you think our generation spends too much money trying to prove that we got some money? Like, that don't even make no sense. How you gonna have some money if you constantly spending it all, right? And I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself because this is what the hip hop community has been telling us from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? Fake it till you make it. That's what they do. And they got people in the hood thinking that they can do that too. No, you cannot. Bar number 3, boy going there, go yard bag. So that's a symbol. She made sure she said go yard bag because that's an expensive bag. It's a status symbol. If he going in a go yard bag, he got some money. Luxury tells the world I got money. Okay, so she not gonna ask no nigga that's going in a wrinkled up billfold. Or she not gonna ask no dude that's got an EBT card. But my question to you is, now, do you think it's gonna be an abundance of guys out here, robbing, stealing, doing whatever they gotta do, scamming, so they can have a go yard bag now because they want to look like they got some money? The way how everybody flipped out when Audemars Piguet made that Swiss Army watch. Everybody mad that now people can get a touch of luxury without having to break the bank. And it's like, Swiss Army? Like, who? Since when do y'all want to run and get a Swiss Army to watch? Everybody was talking about Rolexes 10, 20 years ago. And it's just like, are we buying this stuff because we like it, or because other people talking about it? Or because you want other people to think we're successful so we can go buy something that they're talking about on a song? Are you successful for real? Like, what does your retirement fund look like? Do you have life insurance? Are you a homeowner? Are you in debt? What is your credit score? So, okay, bar number 4. Show me where you spend the block, where your hood at, what's your face card. Now, those are, I don't even know what part of the song that is. But I do notice that it's all superficial. You know what I'm saying? It's all superficial. Now it's like, what's your status? What is people gonna think when they see me with you? You know what I mean? Who are you in your hood? Are you a runner? Are you a corner boy? Are you the plug? Once again, it comes back to money and status, not integrity. Does this man respect you? He might go in there go yard bag, but is he gonna smack you with the same hand? And, I think that face card line was about the females, because she's talking about the females boosting too, right? Because everybody know dudes could be ugly as AF, okay? And still get all of the pretty women as long as he got some cash. So I feel like in this culture, your face card kind of is your reputation, especially when you a female. People gonna know your name, know your background. You're gonna be popular. It's pretty privilege. Females need pretty privilege where dudes have to have some money, for that society. If you looking for superficial society type of relationships, then this is what you're gonna get. if you're looking for somebody that actually love and care for you, then yeah, you're gonna have to spend some money, because you're gonna have to spend some money anytime you walk out the house. I have to agree with Miami. You understand what I'm saying? You do have to spend money every time you come outside. Gas is high as fuck. But is that why they want to have a relationship with you? Because you got some money, or because your background, or because they think they can get some clout off of your internet success? Like, and let's say you do all this, you get, whatever clout you think you're gonna get from somebody. Like, what about when they meet you in real life and you're not what you claiming to be? I just feel like sometimes people care more about street credibility and, social media credibility more than actual integrity and personal character. Like, I'm not trying to say I'm perfect. I'm not trying to act like I ain't never, stuffed nothing in my bag when I was a teenager. That's how I know better. You have to go through something to be to something, to go through something. And I know I would not encourage my daughter to be no booster, to go stuff some shit in her bag. And I do not encourage my daughter to hang out and canoodle with scammers. Like, just because you got some money don't mean you're a good person. Money and integrity is not synonymous. They don't go hand in hand. A lot of times when people is chasing money, the more a person is chasing money, and the more a person is money hungry and money crazy, the less integrity they got. Like, I think about the show Snowfall. And I know it was based on a true story. It was really, it was fictional, but it was so real how, if you think about in the beginning when Saint was working, Franklin, he was working and, he was doing his thing. And then as soon as he got a little taste of that fast money, he started to just be more and more ruthless, like more and more heartless. And it was more and more about the money. He didn't care about nothing. He didn't care about his daddy. He didn't care about his mama at one point. He barely cared about the baby that his girl was pregnant with at the end. Like, it was crazy. And that's how people is. When people idolize money, it brings out all kinds of evil in them. And so that's why I just don't. That's one reason why I feel some type of way about this song, because not just the chorus, the catchy chorus, spin that, but it's giving us too much negative ideas that it's cool to scam and boost, which it is not, and that you should just, even if you are doing that, right? Because everybody makes mistakes. You need to be saving some of that money, because first of all, you might need a lawyer. Okay? And you don't want to have to do that forever. Bar 5. Where all my bitches getting money like they niggas? Okay. Comparison, first of all. The comparison part I don't like. Okay? Now, the part that's encouraging her to get her own money and have just as much money as her man, I actually like that part of the message. Encouraging women to have their own. That's great. But if you ain't saving it, you spending it, or if you're getting it from criminal means like boosting, that's different from just regular independence. Like, financial independence is a good thing. You need to be able to sustain your own household. When you get a husband, I was talking to my mom about this. When you get a husband, yes, you need to be able to hold your own and have your own when you come into that marriage, and yes, when you become a wife, you and your husband is one, and you shouldn't have no contingency plan or no escape plan and all of that. I don't believe in that. But I do believe, yeah, you need to be able to hold down the fort, God forbid, if something happens to your husband. So, I get that financial independence can be a good thing, but the conversation get real complicated when the song mixes independence with basically celebrating being independent by illegal income and being flashy and spending all of your earnings. And I didn't hear, like I said, she didn't buy not one house. Now, okay, I totally forgot about that. If she does say that, she does say put it up in case the feds come and get her. Now, that is a smart line telling, but that's like a very short little part of the song. But it also in the same breath acknowledges the risk that's in there, that you could go to jail too. You could be an accomplice while you playing. That lifestyle that you celebrating also comes with consequences. Even her, the lyrics in the song has to recognize that getting caught is part of the equation. And I just feel like that's a complete contradiction. You're glorifying this shit and then saying at the same time that, yeah, where my scamming ass niggas at? They might be in the feds already. Like, the money look exciting, but the consequences usually don't. Okay. Bar number 5, get money or lay down. Now, this might be the biggest message in the whole song. At this point, it's like, get money or die. Like, or you ain't shit, or, you're not respected. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta lay down or bow down, And I don't agree with that, because I don't think that that's how we should measure people. And of course, you want to be equally yoked with somebody spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, all of the things, right? But just because somebody don't have money, I don't think they just need to lay down and die. Like, everybody in the world is not meant to be just flashy and rich, and some people know that a whole bunch of money opens you up to a lot of trauma, a lot of dangers. And no, the Bible never says that money is evil. The Bible talks about loving money more than God, loving money more than the people that God puts in your life. Proverbs 13:11 talks about wealth gained hastily and how it dwindles, but whoever gains little by little will increase it. Fast money often will disappear just as fast as you got it. I know that firsthand. Proverbs 22:1. A good name is to be chosen rather than great riches. You want to have integrity because your reputation is worth more than your bank account. Your reputation is worth money at your bank account. If they know that you're a man of your word and you're going to pay back what you owe, that's worth more than the actual cash you take in there. 1 Timothy 6:10 flat out says, for the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. So it's not the only root, it's one root of all kinds of evil, but there are several. And the love of money is just one that is so prevalent in this capitalistic society of 2026. But it's the love of money, not money, that's the problem. Loving money enough to compromise your values is the problem. And I am one to talk, okay? I'm talking from experience. These are things that God is cleaning me up from by teaching me what he really thinks about this stuff. Because when you hear something like money is the root of all evil, but you got to have money to live, to buy everything, like that don't even make sense. So you just kind of throw it out there and like, yeah, whatever. Money, how's money the root of all evil? It don't even make sense. Because it's not. The money is the love of money. It's putting money above God. That takes you to the 10 Commandments even. You're not supposed to put nothing over God. And money becomes an idol to some people when it's so important to you that you don't care what you do, who you step on, who you take out. Mark 8. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Mark 8:36. So you can gain all the money in the world and lose your soul, and you might as well just lay down. talk about get money or lay down. It's your soul that's the currency in heaven. That's what they're fighting for up in heaven. Your mind, will, and emotions. So that money don't mean nothing unless you're keeping your mind, will, and emotions centered around that money. That's the problem. And I feel like this song, and I'm not saying she did it on purpose. It's a catchy song. She knew it was going to be a banger. She's trying to feed her family and she's trying to be, the best rapper she can be because that's what she chose to do as a career. And that's what she's been successful in. But, that's the great question that every generation has to answer. Mark 8:36. What does it profit a man or a woman to gain the whole world and lose her soul? The good Lord will provide. So, but when we know better, we do better. Young Miami is young. She a hip hop artist. She a city girl. So I think Spin That works because it's authentic to Miami culture. It's authentic to City Girl fans, to Young Miami fans, and it's authentic to a culture that many people have seen or lived around. Like everybody know a booster. Everybody know a scammer. Everybody know that uncle that sold all of that dope in the 80s and just, used to cash out, throw money out the windows. And, it's exciting to think about it. And it's exciting to rap about it. And the song is very catchy, and the overall theme of the song to have a guy with some money spend it on you and to know that it ain't just because you down and out, you could do it for him too. You got just as much money as he do, but you want him to spend his. It captures all of the things of the hood chick mentality, the ambition, the survival, the confidence, and all of the things. And all of the desires to enjoy success in a flashy way and show off what you got. But I just feel like it also opens the door to bigger conversations. Like, are we building wealth in a positive way or a negative way? Are we building that kind of fast money that's going to leave us just as fast? Or are we building wealth that's integrous and that we can store up, in a good way? Is our identity based on how much money we got and possessions, Goyard bags and Cartier glasses? And, are we chasing status more than purpose? Like, what is the real cost of this fast money? Like, are you losing your connection to Christ? Are you losing your connection to Holy Spirit? Like, these are the questions that stick with me long after the song go off, when it's replaying in my head, because y'all know how it is. The song will get stuck in your head and you will play that like a million trillion times. So, I love the song. Like I said, I can't even lie. When it come on, I get to doing my little dance or whatever. Right? I turns up. But I had not really listened to the verses of the song. I was really just singing the chord because you hear it on TikTok and da 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 da. So the other day, like I really started to listen to the verse and what she was saying, and I'm like, okay, let me break this down. So you tell me, I really do. I want to hear from y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching this video. And I want to know, I have asked y'all a bunch of questions in this video. Leave me comments, okay? Finally, I guess one of the last things that I'll ask is, first of all, do you like the song? Do you think she was just simply trying to make a fun club album? Or do you think Young Miami is being used as part of the agenda, whether she knows it or not. And this song is kind of like an industry plant. I don't know. Y'all know I'm AI. This is all alleged. I will put a link to the song in the description. You saw the little clip here with her talking about it on Lyric Genius. I'll leave a link to that as well. And just let me know, like, do y'all think that she just was making a regular song, or do you think this song is like something that will really shape the way that let's say the high school to junior in college, freshman in high school to junior in college, these young girls and young guys are being shaped by what these people think, these celebrities say on these songs. Do you think that these songs is shaping the way they think about success and relationships and money and all of the things? Drop your thoughts in the comments, okay? Keep it cute. Keep it cute, okay? Because you already know you don't want to see Mr. Congress play. You don't want to smell my feet, okay? You just don't. You just don't want to smell my feet, okay? If you can't keep it cute in the comments, you will smell my feet. Other than that, we're going to have a wonderful time on the next video. So you make sure you have liked, share this one, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, because, here, like I said, this is a safe space. We are on a journey toward Jesus, from wretched to righteous, hold a holy thug theologian. We're going to read our Bible, learn our Bible, and apply it to our lives, okay? We do all of this in love, okay? We can disagree without disrespecting each other, and that's how we're going to do it over here on this channel. If you enjoyed this episode of Breaking Down the Bars, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with somebody who loves music and good conversation, okay? Make sure that you check out the season 1 of Breaking Down the Bars, okay? I can't even remember how many episodes it is, y'all. I'm sorry, but I got a few episodes, a few different songs. I think I did A-Ball to MJG. I did Summer Walker. I did Doja Cat. I did Players Anthem. I did a lot of songs. I did maybe like 5 or 6 songs. I can't remember. Let me know in the comments if you know how many songs we did for Breaking Down the Bars last season. Thank you for being here for season 2, episode 1. This has been fun. I am your slightly thick, extremely colorful auntie, bestie, sister, cousin, girlfriend in your head, whatever you need me to be. I'm showing up for you in this space. This is a safe space, and we'd love to have you here, so make sure you join the family. Until next time, you guys, I love you with the love of the Lord, and may the Lord watch between me and thee while we have someone from another. Deuces.